Hello everybody in the Free at 50 world and on this YouTube channel, the Daphne Free at 50 channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit subscribe. I'm going to continue to create videos that are, substantially created out of blog content. And, the really cool thing about that is you can read it and you can bookmark it and you can have it in writing and go back and reference it. But you also have a video that you can watch and decide if, what it is you need to go back and look at again. So I'm kind of doing it both ways. And today I want to talk a little bit about my business evolution and why I created a new mission statement. Step 4 in my 6-step checklist to escape the 9-to-5. If you haven't downloaded it, I'll drop it in the description for you. But that step 4 is researching the best fit. And one of the things that I realized very quickly as my history blog started to really come to life was that Google traffic was hitting that blog. It was surpassing my Free at 50 blog. There was a clear interest in it, and I was really enjoying it. So what I realized was I needed to pay more attention, and I needed to research ways in which I can make that history blog my main business. So that's what I've done. And one of the things I did was I sat down and I created a mission statement for that blog. So you might know that the mission statement, especially if you're in corporate or come from a corporate or business background, the mission statement is basically your message and your promise and your commitment to your customers, clients, readers, to the outside world, the people that you want to utilize your business, right? So your mission statement tells them what your goals are, what the point of your business is, and what you hope to achieve, and how you want to serve them. So it's your message to them. It's an outward message. But what I also think is really, really important is creating guiding principles. That's back towards you. So to, really kind of show you what this means, for me, my mission statement is creating joy and understanding through the people, the places, art, objects, and their stories that embody American history. Now, I didn't just sit down and come up with that. It took days. It took a whole process to get to that mission statement. But step 2 in that process of creating the foundation for my business going forward was guiding principles. And I've come up with 6 of them for myself. And I'll share them with you. I've shared them in the blog. And I'm going to, tell you just what they are and give you a little bit of background, because obviously I'm not going to spend all the hours I spent on creating this and put this together and bore you to death or, walk you through it workshop style. But I will tell you that these came from all of these questions that I got in a book, The Essential Habits of Six-Figure Bloggers. And when I put the blog post link in the description, of course, there's going to be a link to that book. But Sally Miller, the author of the book, really put together a whole methodology on coming up with these guiding principles. And that's what I followed. So I came up with 6. My first one is to be continually inspired. And sort of in parentheses, that means like take notice, enjoy the journey, and create opportunity. That is important for me in my business. That's guiding principle number 1. Number 2 is saying no to and ditching what doesn't serve me. And the in parentheses for that is mentally, physically, and or to earn income. If something doesn't serve me in one of those 3 ways, or even worse, exhausts me or pulls from that, I can say no. And that's a very liberating thing, to know that you can say no and ditch things for the greater good. Number 3 is bringing joy to others. That's important to me. I want my history blog and everything I do through that, whether it's collaborations, whether it's services I end up doing, whatever it is that I create from that history blog, my goal is to bring joy to others, and that is right in my mission statement. Number 4 is allowing myself grace. And the in parentheses bit to that is so that I can be my best. And we always, I used to travel every single week. Most weeks of the year, I would travel in my corporate gig. And I was on airplanes, and they always said, put your own oxygen mask on first before you help others. And I think it's really important that we all allow ourselves that grace so that we can recharge, rest, do what serves us, et cetera, so that we can be our best for others. Number 5, truth matters. Now that's really, really important, not just because my blog is on history and, the truth is so important. It is important to be as accurate as I can be, but also it's not just about my content, but being open to the corrections, but also being authentically me. And that is very important to me, especially coming from a corporate background and a political background. Even before that, authenticity is something everybody talks about, but very few people, I think, really come through on that in the corporate 9-to-5 world. And for those of us that are working on a permanent escape of that, you might be able to you might easily relate or understand why I've created that as a guiding principle. And number 6, my final guiding principle for my business going forward is keeping it simple, whatever it is. The whole goal there is to avoid overwhelm. And that kind of goes back to giving myself grace. Keeping things simple so that there is no overwhelm, so that it's clear what I'm trying to achieve. That will make it easier for me to express myself in a way through the blog that others will get what they need from it and what they want from it. That's my hope anyway. I hope that's been helpful. And if you guys have any questions or any ideas, if you've created your own mission statement, I'd love to see it. Drop it in the comments. If you have a list of guiding principles that you follow closely to guide your business, put those in the comments. I'd love to see that too. If I've inspired any thoughts on creating that for yourself, share that with me as well. Take care, everybody.